Hi guys, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Mike.
And this is the Disney for Couples podcast where we talk about date nights and just basically vacation ideas in Disney World just for adults.
Yeah.
This is a family-friendly podcast, but we don't talk about family tips. We don't go over stroller parking or packing a bag for babies or anything like that.
Disgusting.
We love kids in Disney. We just, we don't travel with kids to Disney. So that's what we're aiming at here. And this is a companion podcast to DisneyForCouples.com. So if you want more, head over there.
So I thought that I would take the reins today.
Please do.
And I have a little adventure planned for us, which is an adventure that is talking about all thoughts on Disney Springs.
I love it. We love Disney Springs.
We always make a point to go there.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of incredible stuff to do. Why don't you start by saying a little about Disney Springs from your brain?
Sure. Disney Springs is the entertainment and shopping center in Disney World. If you've been to Downtown Disney and Disneyland, it's their version of it, but it's huge. Disney Springs is actually larger than any of the Disney parks.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's larger than all of them, which you will feel as you walk around it because it's very, very big. It's exhausting to go from one end to the other. It used to be... It's been called a bunch of things. It's kind of taken different forms. What I was most familiar with it as before you and I started traveling together a few years ago was Pleasure Island.
Right. Yep.
And I would go there as a teenager with my family. I thought it was great because I could go, and my cousin and I, when we would travel together, we could go into any of the bars on the Pleasure Island strip because they would just give you a wristband that said that you weren't allowed to drink, but you could go in. So we could go into like clubs and dance clubs and stuff that, you know, older people went into and older and 20 somethings. And there was live music. And every night of the year at midnight, they would have a New Year's Eve celebration outside. They would count down to midnight. And at midnight, they would have confetti just rain down on you from, like, you know, the sky, it seemed like. And there were these enormous screens, and they would play music videos. And it was so much fun. That part of Disney Springs is by the Cirque du Soleil.
Okay.
The outdoor parking. But Disney Springs now is enormous. There's several different sections, and there's stores, restaurants, bars, bowling, movies, live music, like a million things.
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of the expert when it comes to knowing when to show up for things to kind of have the best chance of being able to do what you want. Mm-hmm. What do you think is the best time to go to Disney Springs?
I actually really like Disney Springs in the morning.
Yeah.
When it's not super hot yet. Mm-hmm. And there's really not that many crowds in the morning. You can go. They have 2 different Starbucks there. You can get your coffee. There's a great donut shop, Everglazed. It's excellent. We've popped over there to do like a little souvenir shopping in the morning, get some donuts, get some coffee. I really love it in the morning. Of course, it doesn't have like the nightlife vibe that you get at night with live music and everything. But that's my preferred time to go. I don't like going in the heart of the day because Disney Springs is extremely hot. And like I said...
You'll hear that a lot on this podcast.
and when we say it's hot, I mean everywhere in Orlando and Disney World is hot. But when we say like this part of a park is hot or Disney Springs is hot, what we mean is there's not a lot of shade. So there's nowhere to really get cover as you're walking around. Or maybe we mean that there are long stretches of areas where you're walking through that there's not areas to like duck into to get cool. And Disney Springs is you
Definitely
are exposed to sunshine and heat a lot walking around.
Yeah. In your mind, when you think of Disney Springs, what are 2 places that you have to go to no matter what?
Well, we always go to the World of Disney. So, of course, I think that.
That's like the big tentpole store.
Yeah. The World of Disney is the biggest Disney store in Disney World. And, I mean, it might even be like the biggest Disney store ever. I don't know. It seems like it might be.
There's one in Disneyland, right?
A World of Disney?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not too familiar with Downtown Disney. We've only been there a handful of times. But it's enormous. And what we love about the world of Disney is any souvenir that you'll see in the stores, especially the souvenirs that you see in the stores a lot. So some of the shops in Disney World will have things that you can really only find there, especially like the World Showcase shops. You're not going to find those theme souvenirs anywhere else. But the stuff that you're seeing over and over and over in the Emporium, in Creations, in Epcot, you know, anything that you can find there, you can find in the world of Disney. They have a huge selection. So we love to souvenir window shop. And then when we're in Disney Springs, actually buy the items that we want to bring back home for ourselves or as gifts or whatever. So we're not walking around the park with it all the time.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So that's always a must. If nothing else, we always come home with Mickey coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Vanilla flavored Mickey's coffee.
Sometimes pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
We don't like the pumpkin one,
yeah,
right?
It's really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're talking about the Mickey's, I think it's called Mickey's Very Swell Coffee or something like that. It's not Joffrey's. We're not Joffrey's fans so much,
yeah.
Especially not for like bagged coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so World of Disney is kind of a must do. My other have to visit store in Disney Springs, I'm trying to like walk myself around, you know. We love the co-op marketplace or the marketplace.
Yeah, that's
co-op.
a fun one.
Yeah, but I don't think we go in like every time. You know, we love Lego.
The Coke store?
The Coke store. Yeah, it's funny because we didn't go on our last trip, but yeah, that's probably at the top.
Yeah, it feels like we didn't go. So I would say it's probably one that we want to be going to.
Oh, yeah. Like
because it really feels like we didn't go.
Are feeling the lack of...
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Coca-Cola store.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never been to it, is it 3 levels of shopping and then the rooftop bar? And they just have Coca-Cola brand products. I mean, everything you can think of.
As far as the eye can see.
And it's just really cute.
Yeah.
And like at Christmas time, they have a bunch of like Santa products and it's just really cute. The prices are pretty good because it's not Disney. So like the prices of souvenirs there feel like a little more affordable. Just really cute stuff. I always think everything there is adorable. And they have bottled Coke and soda that flavors that might be a little hard to find. And then you can go to the bar at the top and there was like a thing about them serving alcohol or not serving alcohol. They used to serve cocktails, but whether or not they serve cocktails, they serve a bunch of different sodas. I know that. But yeah, that's just like a cool souvenir shop. What about you? If you had to pick 2 stores that you like going in or that you feel like you'd miss out on if you didn't go in, what are they?
I would say one would have to be Marketplace Co-op. I think that's a really unique store that's laid out in a really cool way. They have some really interesting merchandise. We really like the pet section over there. That's where you got your cool phone case.
Oh yeah, they have that thing there where you can like
maker.
Yeah, and I think they also do like AirPod case makers.
Yeah,
you can pick your design from a bunch of options. Yeah, that phone case. If anybody needs a phone case, go and have it made at either Disney Springs or I think when we watch Tim Tracker, there are like a few places around that he'll get that done in Disney World. That printed phone case, it has never faded. It has never scratched. I drop my phone no less than twice a day. The bumper around the outside is great. They should make them less high quality so you would get more because I would have bought more by this point. But
did you hear that, Disney?
That phone case is great.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my other choice is DisneyStyle. I think that store is really fun. I don't even ever want to buy anything from there. I bought you the Mickey and Minnie
bottle, the water bottle,
yeah,
the stainless
I bought
steel.
you that there. I just like the store. I think it's
really
cool
cute.
looking. It's cute. The merch is cute. And it's also a nice cut through. Like if you're trying to catch a little AC on your way back to the parking garage, you can coast through.
Yeah, it's really little, but they have stuff there. That's one of the shops that a lot of the stuff that you can find there is pretty hard to find anywhere else. Like, and not just clothing, but definitely clothing. They had that Small World stainless steel tumbler that I regret not buying that I didn't see anywhere else in Disney World. And a little tip. DisneyStyle has fitting rooms, which is very hard to find in Disney World. DisneyStyle has it. The World of Disney doesn't.
What you do is you run in and you look up and you see the lanterns from Tangled, and then you go, the fitting rooms are to the right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tiny store. And then you go try
stuff on.
Yeah, it's a tiny store, so they're not hard to find. But they have fitting rooms, and so does Creations, which I noticed.
Where?
Back by the register. And I only noticed that looking at a picture of Creation. So
really?
Yeah. And
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's hard to find fitting rooms in Disney World. The Emporium doesn't have them. So, a good little tip.
All right.
Yeah.
On the count of 3, we're both going to say what our favorite place to eat is at Disney Springs.
Like any place to eat?
Sure.
Anything?
Yeah. Let's live in this mess that's about to happen.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3.
Gideon's?
CityWorks.
Oh, does Gideon's count as a place to eat?
It sure does. You go right ahead, my love.
I would have to say Gideon's. I do like CityWorks. Oddly enough, I don't like their food. But we like their... What do we like? We like how easy it is to get into. There's
Love
never
how
a
easy
wait.
it is to get into. It's the beer selection is great if you're into trying different types of beer.
There's the main bar that you can walk up to, but if that's busy, there's the tiny little bar that you can go to from the outside or the inside, and they can get you anything from the main tap. So,
right, and you can take it with you.
Yep, just like anything in Disney Springs and all of the parks except for Disney World, you can take an alcoholic beverage with you and walk around the grounds. You can't leave, but you can walk around.
And I kind of like the food. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I always find that with the entree or whatever I order, there's usually 2/3 of the dish that I'm into, and then the part that I'm not into isn't offensive. It's just bland or boring in some way. Like when I got the chicken tenders dinner the last time, everything was great. The coleslaw was boring.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But there are a lot of perks. It's not very expensive. Like we said, you can get right in. Seating is comfortable. They play those like
huge like projection screen TVs.
Yeah, that just play
not
like
TVs, but projectors.
They just play like funny videos all day, and
sports
and the drink selection is great. And I am gluten free, so I can't have beer anymore. And it's the only place that I have been able to really enjoy getting a drink that's not like a cocktail or a glass of wine, because they have a lot of ciders.
Right.
Yeah, so we like CityWorks. We like it enough that we bought a pint glass.
Yeah.
From them. We always end up there.
And I was about to say that somehow, some way, even if we say we're not going there, we do.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say you have to make a reservation. It's just so easy to like just walk up, and we've really almost never had to wait, maybe a couple minutes.
And now for the place in Disney Springs that has a lot of waiting involved, Mr. Gideon's. Tell the people about Gideon's.
Gideon's is a tiny little bake shop. They make cookies and they make cake slices and different kinds of cold brew flavored coffee, like peanut butter is their most popular one, I think, but they'll have different flavors. Their cookies are enormous. They're like probably, 4 cookie servings
Something
in one.
like that.
They're thick. They're made to taste a little underdone. They're not underdone, but they're made to taste like that.
Yep.
They're covered in whatever the flavor of cookie is. They're covered in them. So if it's pistachios, there's like, big pistachios on them, or big chocolate chips or whatever. They always have a certain set of the same flavors. Like they always have Oreo. They always have chocolate chip. And then they'll have specialty flavors for the month. And then they have special flavors in the morning, and I think sometimes in the evening, and sometimes you can get a cookie a la mode with, ice cream. They also have enormous cake slices, which I tried last time because I'd never had them. They're incredible. I mean, it's like they're enough for 4 people. They're incredible. They're expensive.
Yep.
And Gideon's is hard to get into.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's a tiny little place with its own queue inside and outside.
Yep.
And you have to kind of do whatever they tell you to do. Sometimes there's a virtual line that you have to be there to join, and then you come back whenever they tell you.
Yeah.
And sometimes they actually let you wait on the line.
Right. But the standby is often like half an hour. I think.
Half an hour feels short.
Yeah.
Like half an hour will go, wow, we can get in a half hour.
We were lucky there last time. We got in about 20 minutes. Tell the story about the guy.
The guys.
Yeah.
That was so cute. When we were online at Gideon's, I think it was around Christmas time because they had the white chocolate cookie. That was like the December Christmas cookie or whatever. Well, we were standing online. It was like the end of the night. So the line was kind of long, and you really, they will prevent you from getting on it at a certain point. And like I said, it's like if they don't let you in, if they say, no, we're not letting any people online, like you just can't go. You just can't go in to get it.
There's a second Gideon's location in Orlando, and we often talk about going to it because of how much of a hassle it can be to get into Gideon sometimes in Disney Springs.
Yep. So this one night we were standing online, and there was this group of guys like in their 20s, maybe like there were like 3 guys or 4 guys or something, you know. They were fun and loud, and they said to the person in front of us, can we pay you to get us a cookie? Can we give you money, and can you just get us a cookie? Like, we can't get online. We're dying to have, you know, Gideon's. And the guy like wanted nothing to do with it. He would barely even talk to them. He was like, no. So the boys, you know, I'm saying boys, they were like in their 20s, like I said, they walked away, and I kind of caught one of their eyes, and I said, like, come here. And I said, do you want us to like get you cookies? And they were like, oh my God, yeah. So Gideon's has a limit on how much you can buy. You can only buy, I think, 6 cookies per person or per order. So you and I ordered separately. I got the guys what they had wanted. They had given us cash, and they said you can keep the change. And you got our order, and we walked out with the bag for them, and they were so excited, and they were just so excited that they could try it. I think one of the guys was from there, and one of the guys was visiting, because he was saying to him, like, no, you have to try it. You can't go home without trying it. And of course we didn't keep the change. We gave it all back to them, you know. And they were just so cute. They were fun. Yelling after us, thank you guys. And we were like the heroes of the night.
Yep. What else should we talk about as far as Disney Springs goes?
Well, one thing I wanted to mention about shopping at Disney Springs is that they have a lot of Disney stores, of course. You know, DisneyStyle. They have a couple like Star Wars and Marvel stores. There's the World of Disney and the Marketplace and all of that. But they also have non-Disney stores, and a lot of those stores have Disney items. So there's a section near one of the parking lots that has really mostly non-Disney stores.
Yeah, that's like with the overhang.
Yeah, it's partly covered.
Yep.
And that's where you can go if you want to get, like, you know, clothing, like, and some of the stores are good names.
Yeah.
They're not like, you know, low quality shops. And you can get swimwear, and you can get jewelry and just all of that stuff. So know that if you really want to do some shopping, not just like Disney souvenir shopping, you can do that in Disney Springs too. And in case you're wondering, Disney Springs is free.
Yes.
To park at, to enter. You do not have to pay. So if you were just like staying in Orlando and you weren't even going to the Disney parks and you wanted to like drive into Disney World and go to Disney Springs, you don't pay to enter Walt Disney World Resort, and you don't pay to park anywhere at Disney Springs or enter Disney Springs. The only requirement is that you have to go through security.
Yep.
So no matter what entry you're at, you go through security, but there's no cost of entry. In Downtown Disney at Disneyland, you do have to pay.
You have to pay.
You have to pay for parking. Yep. So just know that, because a lot of people think it's like an entry fee, and it's not.
It's one of the few things at Walt Disney World that's not like that.
Yeah, and of course, anything you do there, you're probably going to pay for, but they have live music and stuff that's just there to enjoy. So you get a it's nice that they don't make you pay because they very easily could charge for parking.
There are multiple live music spots throughout Disney Springs, and the acts that they bring in are usually pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And is it the West End? Is that what it's called, where Cirque du Soleil is?
I don't know off the top of my head the map.
Nonetheless, Cirque du Soleil is there and is also very good. We've seen it.
Yep, there's Cirque du Soleil. The AMC there is really nice. They have nice recliner seats and a ton of theater, so really anything that's new you can see there. And I don't remember if it's a dine-in, but it's one of those theaters that you can get like a lot of different
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff.
Yep. Yeah. And then there's a lot of live music. So there's a main stage in one of the sections, I think, is it over by one of the Starbuckses? A big stage where they have, by World of Disney. It's like right in front of the marketplace in one of the World of Disney entrances. There's a big stage there that has great bands and there's a lot of seating. Then they usually have a band playing at the Irish restaurant.
Yep, Raglan Road.
Yep, by Gideon's. Those bands are usually pretty good, I think. There's usually a solo performer by the movie theater.
Yeah.
Yep, and sometimes, I don't think we've ever seen it in person, but I've seen videos of the traveling piano player or keyboard player that their whole thing moves. And
I thought we caught that
we might have
on our last trip, like leaving, we saw it.
We might have, yeah. One time when we went, they were promoting Soul.
Yep.
And we saw a guy kind of like performing as Joe Gardner from the movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes there's like performers. Like we were walking around one time maybe at Christmas and there were like people on stilts or something.
Yeah.
I have a picture of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do the trees.
Yeah, they do the tree walk.
Kind of like in the parks where the parks get all themed up for the holidays. They do the same in Disney Springs.
Yeah, and then sometimes during the year, depending upon different events, like they have that, I can't remember the exact name of it. We've watched Paging Mr. Morrow and Tim Tracker do it, the Florida Orange Festival, where the different eateries in Disney Springs will have like themed food, kind of like the World Showcase festivals, where like the different places there will theme their menu, like a little bit like that. So they'll have that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have the little train for children.
Oh yes.
And then what else do they have for entertainment? I think that might be it.
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
And they'll do like the one-off events every now and then, like the drone show.
Oh yeah, that's right. We almost flew down for that.
That was kind of, I mean, at least for now, once in a lifetime, at least for Florida.
Yeah. Oh, the balloon.
Oh yeah, duh.
So the big balloon, the big enormous,
and the cars, the drive the car into the water car.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So the big balloon that you see, it's kind of like the Disney Springs icon, That's not it almost looks like a hot air balloon. It's actually an enormous helium balloon and you can take rides in it.
Yep.
So it's tethered, but it goes very, very high. Nate has a couple of good YouTube videos if you want to go see what it's actually like. We haven't even been in it yet, but Nate is Paging Mr. Morrow. Yeah, he's gone in it several times and he has one video at night and you can really tell how high it is. And then over by the Boathouse, which we highly suggest, we love that restaurant.
Yes.
They have the rides where you can go in that vehicle that's a car that turns into a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're pricey, those rides. But I think you can have 4 people in it. The last thing I'll note about the entertainment options is the art walk. I love the art walk there. It's by that section I was talking about with the non-Disney shopping. It's also kind of by the bus drop-off. There's really not that much to it. It's just literally this like wall that you walk by, but there are different murals designed by all different artists. And I know that one of them was actually interactive. If you put your phone up, it like moved or something. So I love the art walk. If you're over near that area, if you're taking a bus to Disney Springs or something, just appreciate the art there because it really is great.
That you said bus and that made me think to say Disney Springs is a great travel hub for all of the Walt Disney World Resort. So let's say you wanted to pop over to Polynesian for the afternoon and grab something to eat, or go to some of the gift shops at that hotel. If you park at Disney Springs, you can take a bus to any of the Disney resorts, I'm pretty sure, or most of them at least. And yeah, that's a great way to not have to be driving around and parking and paying for parking. And
yeah, that's a good tip. So some people even avoid paying for parking at the parks by doing that hack.
That's a lot of work.
A little too much work, but if you want to visit any of the hotels, they don't all let you park there.
Right.
And they don't, even if one time you went and you were able to park at one of the hotels, if it's a different time of year, like at Christmas, they didn't let us park anywhere but the Polynesian.
Right.
So the workaround is to start at Disney Springs, hop on a Disney bus. You don't have to be staying on Disney property to get on a bus. You're allowed to go. They want you to go to their resorts. You know, they want you to look around because they want you to want to stay. You can also go to Port Orleans by boat from Disney Springs.
Yep.
I think the dock is kind of behind the World of Disney-ish, like over in that area. Yeah, you can hop on a boat. So if you just want to go check out that resort, you can go get beignets. I think that's where they have the alcoholic beignets. You can just take a boat and go over and then head back to Disney Springs.
Ah, I like it. Mm-hmm. Are you ready for the Disney thing of the week?
Oh, sure. Disney thing of the week.
Disney thing of the week, and this is a bit of a two-parter.
Okay.
It was just announced that the Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, and I'm going to screw this up, the Liberty Bell Riverboat, is that what it's called?
The Mark Twain Liberty Bell.
I
don't know. Yeah, the riverboat.
The boat. They will all be closing in July.
I'm heartbroken.
Wah, wah.
I'm losing sleep.
On the upside, we watched a recent Offhand Disney video, and he presented some of the slightly refined concept art for what they're going to be doing over there with cars. And it does look better than the last round of concept art, but we're both still too bitter to give that much more thought.
Yeah, I'm not on board. I love Cars. I love the movie. I love Cars Land in Disneyland. I'm sorry, is it California Adventure?
What's that?
Cars
Land, yeah.
I love it. I don't think it has any place in Frontierland. I don't know how they're going to wedge it in. I don't even care if they do it well. I don't like it. I'm heartbroken at losing the river that's by the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, well...
And in some of the concept art, when we were watching Mickey Views, it almost looked for a second like they weren't getting rid of that part of the river and they were getting rid of the part that's like in Frontierland,
like
not in Liberty Square. So I'm going to hold out hope that they're going to leave the part of the river that's in Liberty Square. I think I'm wrong.
I will say come September, if you're vacationing in Walt Disney World, I'm going to bet the Magic Kingdom will start to have the construction walls and the noise, so get ready for that.
Yeah, that's a lot of area to be under construction.
Absolutely,
mm-hmm.
Yep. And the other Disney thing of the week, the two-parter, part 2, is that Muppet Vision closes this Saturday. This is the depressing edition.
Also so sad about that. But I'm sad about the rivers in Frontierland and everything. I also don't like what they're replacing it with.
Right.
I'm very excited about Monsters Inc. I love Monsters Inc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about that. I'm so sad to lose Muppet Vision. I've been going to that for its whole life. Because I think, did it open in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started going to Disney in the 80s, and so I've gone for the life of that show, and I'm so sad to lose it.
Well, let's hope that they relocate the fountain appropriately and that they get a nice, clean, upload of the whole show onto Disney Plus or some other viewing platform.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
even if they play it somewhere over by the roller coaster when it's rethemed, like if they just kind of have it playing on a screen.
Or they could incorporate it into like a fireworks show, like as a projection.
Or special screenings of it or anything.
Yeah.
Just,
There's
I
a
don't
lot
want
of
it
fans.
to die, you know, and that Miss Piggy fountain is just so great. I can't imagine that they're gonna, why would they, you know, it would be perfect out in front of the roller coaster when they retheme it. So I really hope that is salvage, because it's great.
And that's what, when I was waiting for you at Muppet Vision, I was talking to the cast member. He said he hopes that they do that too. So if the cast member is saying that, let's really hope that it could be a thing.
Yeah, I heard a handful of people saying that just that one day when we were there, when we went for a last viewing. Yeah. Do we see that twice on this last trip?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh. Yeah, I was emotional.
Yeah.
I love the theater. You know, the theater is,
so
it's going to be gone. There's no way to save it. So, yeah.
Well,
rest in peace, Muppets.
Rest in peace, Muppets. On that note, we can kind of get a little happier with a segment I like to call Disney Parks Trivia.
All right.
Would you like to play?
Yeah. I'm being quizzed because I didn't prepare trivia questions.
You are the one being quizzed, and all of you at home can play along too. Take as much time as you need. Take as little time as you need.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What years did the 4 main parks at Walt Disney World open?
Oh my God. I'm so bad at this. You're the year trivia guy. God, I have no idea. Okay. So Magic Kingdom was first.
Right.
I mean, can I just start with the decade? I don't even know if I have the decade right.
Yep.
The 70s?
Yep.
72?
Nope.
Am I early or late?
Late.
I'm late. 70?
Nope.
71.
You got it.
You know, I have it on my shirt. I have a shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With that on it.
Yep.
Okay. Magic Kingdom was that.
Yep.
Epcot was next.
Yep.
Okay. So, 79? 70s?
Nope.
80s.
Yep.
80. Oh, was I born? Yes.
No.
81.
No.
85.
No.
What is it?
82.
Okay, so I was not yet born.
You were not yet born.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
And then
MGM.
Hollywood Studios was when I was a kid, I think, because it was the Michael Eisner era.
Yep.
90?
Nope.
Earlier than that, really? 80s?
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I think of it as being so 90. 89?
89.
Okay.
Well done.
Animal Kingdom is always way older than I think it is. And I always think of my cousin and I going maybe when I was a teenager, and I assume that that's when it was first open. So I'm going to just throw a number out there. 97?
So close.
6?
Nope.
8?
8.
On Earth Day.
That's
right.
It
was opened on Earth Day.
Yep. 19.
Okay, so 71, 82,
89.
89, 98. All right. I did terrible.
You've done it.
Terrible guessing.
Question 2.
Mm-hmm.
What year was Downtown Disney renamed to Disney Springs?
You're killing me. Are they all year trivia questions? Because
except the last one.
Put a fork in me. What year was Disney Springs named Disney Springs?
So the shopping mecca went through numerous names.
Yeah.
Downtown Disney was the second to last name before Disney Springs. It was the last name before Disney Springs.
All right. So it was still Downtown Disney when I went, when I was like in my mid-20s. So that would have been like the 2000 to 2010. I think it was still Downtown Disney.
Let's all listen to Lindsay's process of elimination.
So I'm going to say 2017.
Not bad. 2015.
Oh, I was starting to say 2015. Can you just go back and really slow down when I start to say 2015?
Sure.
Oh, I should have gone with my gut.
It's okay.
All right, I did okay. My methods of my math method worked.
Are you ready for question 3?
Yeah.
What was the original name of the shopping district in Walt Disney World. And bonus points if you can tell me what year it opened.
Well, it wasn't Pleasure Island.
No, it's got a really long, kind of blandish name, I would say.
Like the Walt Disney World Shopping Entertainment District? Not so bland?
No.
Okay, wait. Was it before? Is it pre-Pleasure Island?
Yeah.
Disney Shopping Village.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Lake Buena Vista
Oh, really dull.
Shopping Village.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, I got Shopping Village,
You did,
right?
you did.
I know how Disney names stuff. The Lake Buena Vista Shopping
Village.
Was it not part of the Disney World Resort, or did they want to appeal to non-Disney goers or something?
Well, Lake Buena Vista is like a Disney thing, and maybe they leaned on that more.
It's just a Disney thing? It wasn't like a Florida thing before Disney came in?
I'm not
Did
sure.
they create the lake?
I'm not sure.
This is all information we'll find out for the next episode.
Yeah, next episode or never. And bonus points, can you tell me when it opened? It didn't open when Magic Kingdom opened.
Okay, well, it had to be after 71.
Correct.
70s?
Yep.
78.
Nope.
9.
Nope.
7.
5.
75.
You did
I got it.
You did it.
I did a great job.
What year? What year?
You know what? I'm going to get you back for this.
Good.
I don't know how yet. I'm going to think of the Disney trivia you're the worst at.
Uh-huh.
Like a movie you've never seen.
Like anything Frozen.
Sure. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to give you trivia about the water parks that you've never been to.
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
What year did Celebration Florida open?
Well, it was a post-Epcot thing because it was like a nod to Epcot. Yeah, it was kind of like...
Sure.
Kinda. Okay. 86.
96.
Okay.
Tell the
96.
Tell the people what Celebration is.
Celebration, well, I don't know exactly. Celebration is a town in Florida, very close to Disney World.
Developed by Disney.
Right. I always think of it as kind of being modeled after the idealistic Epcot that Walt Disney.
Makes sense.
I mean, you'd have to look into the history a little bit more, but it's very cute. There's a main street. It's clean. It's expensive.
Yes.
There are a lot of really nice townhouses and stuff there. Really cute. Definitely worth the visit when you're there. Go get like coffee or breakfast one morning. There's a really cute tiny hotel that I saw a review of, and the people who stayed there loved it. There's a little lake and walking paths.
Yes.
Adorable.
Yeah. Very nice.
Cute.
Question 5, because that was question 4. What year did Disney kill the Dreamfinder?
Well, I knew the Dreamfinder when I was little. I met him and Figment in Epcot, so it wasn't during my young childhood. Well, was it Eisner?
Yeah.
Did Eisner
Era. Yeah.
kill him? I don't know.
Maybe not directly, but
2000?
you were one off.
Really?
99.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I
And
wonder
that's
why.
when that whole pavilion went through a big change.
What a mistake. The Dreamfinder was a beloved character. The Figment ride was incredible before it was redone. The area after the ride was great. It's never been the same. It's really never recovered, if you ask me.
And for your final question, your final question.
Yep.
What did the Dreamfinder create? And you have 4 choices.
Okay.
Club Cool.
What did the Dreamfinder create?
Yep.
Like the character from
That's
the
right.
Figment?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Club Cool.
Club Cool. Individual lightning lanes. Figment. Or Mr. Dream.
What are you doing? Are you throwing me a bone because you knew how bad I would be?
No.
Figment. Did he even create Figment? Is that part of the
Yes.
lore? He
Yes.
created him? I want to tell you something about Club Cool.
Okay.
Because for anybody who doesn't know us personally, which it's our second episode, so this week...
Everyone.
Yeah, everybody, probably not even the people who know us, because I don't even think we've shared it with them yet. But Mike did not grow up going to Disney parks. He went once in his childhood, a couple times as an adult, and then most of his Disney going has been with me over the past 4 years. But he loved Disney parks. He loved Disney and Disney parks and would read about them and would dream about them and didn't get to go.
Right.
I went for my whole life. I went from when I was 3. My parents are Disney nuts. We went as our normal vacation every year for a lot of the years of my childhood. And then I went periodically as I got older. And then when Mike and I started dating, we went to Disney World like immediately. We went on our first Disney trip like 3 months after we started dating.
Yeah.
And we've gone many, many times since. We've gone to Disneyland a couple times. So a lot of our current knowledge has crossover, but I went through my whole childhood. So I knew things that, you know, I got to see things and do things that he never got to do. When I was a teen.
Rub it in.
I just want to tell you something because you never saw this. I don't even know how many people know about this at all because my cousin found it by accident.
Uh-huh.
When we went when we were teenagers, I was about 14-ish, 15. Scotty, my cousin.
Shout out to Scotty.
Hey, Scotty. He said when we were in Epcot one day, like, what is that? Like, what is that little building? Like, let's go in it. And it was this, like, igloo-shaped building. It was kind of out of the way. I don't even know, like, if it had very much signage on it. We didn't know what it was.
Uh-huh.
And we just, like, wandered in there. And it was this freezing cold, small room, really, with kind of like mists coming out. It was such a treat to go in. And it was the original Club Cool. And it had all the different soda you could try. And we couldn't believe it that you could just, if we were thirsty or extremely hot, you could just go in and get some soda. And like nobody knew about it. Like there was really almost never anybody in there. And then over time, it got like more popular. Now it is what it is, you know, today. But yeah, I remember when it was just like a little nothing.
Well, did you have fun playing trivia?
No, I did not have fun. But I'm going to have fun trivia quizzing you.
Me.
Yeah.
I hope you all at home had fun. And I think that's a wrap for today.
Yeah, that's it. So check us out online, DisneyForCouples.com. You can connect with us on TikTok at Disney for Couples. And we also have a sticker shop. So if you like waterproof vinyl stickers for like all of your stuff, including your luggage, your water bottles, anything that gets wet, doesn't matter. They're not going to peel or fade. They're all Disney parks inspired. $2 shipping flat on everything. The stickers are like anywhere from $1.75 to like $4. Very affordable. And I often throw in little extras.
She throws in little gimmies.
You can get them at magicalstickershop.com, or if you prefer to shop on Etsy, the shop name is Magical Sticker Store. So magicalstickershop.com or on Etsy, Magical Sticker Store. If you don't remember that, just send us a DM or an email and I'll shoot you the link and probably a discount code. So happy shopping. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Make sure to stay young at heart, just like Walt would want. So long.